we acquired the best wide receiver in football.
I'm here to be a surge of positivity and make guys better around me.
Antonio Brown screaming at Mayock, "I'll hit you in the face."
Time for him to be all in or all out.
Antonio Brown on Instagram.
Release me, Raiders.
Don't throw it all away.
4 hours later, it's a done deal with the Patriots.
Brady takes the snap, fires the back shoulder. Brown! Welcome to New England, kid.
Coach, can you just talk a little bit about Antonio Brown's role this weekend?
No. We're going to do what's best with the team like we always do.
The New England Patriots are releasing Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown to join Tom Brady's Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I think he's matured. I believe in second chances. Be in this position, we followed the mission and get back on track is what I'm here to do.
And at some point, we'll go back to the beginning of his career. One would hope that we're not talking about risk-reward when it comes to Antonio Brown. It was all reward, obviously, when he first came on the scene in Pittsburgh. Now that he's in Tampa, let's talk about the risk-reward prior to tonight. What is it, Ian, for Tampa?
Well, Rich, the Bucs know his history. Obviously, they've done a ton of research on Antonio Brown, so they protected themselves immensely as it relates to his contract. And, of course, he is coming off an 8-game suspension. There's still another lawsuit that's pending. If that shows anything, he could be suspended again. Obviously, the Bucs hope not, hope all is well. But if something goes wrong, if off-the-field issues arise, again, if he's not a fit, they can simply move on with no penalty. It's a 1-year contract. He gets $1 million. I talked to General Manager Jason Light about this. He said, yeah, it's another opportunity. If it doesn't work, we have no risk. And when Bruce Arians, he met with AB, he then relayed that conversation to Jason Light, simply told him he'll be good. So they do believe Antonio Brown will be on his best behavior. And Light told me in the building, he has been awesome. Work ethic has been awesome. Expect to see a lot of him on the field tonight.
And then this is the reward. I mean, his numbers are indisputably Hall of Fame trajectory worthy. No two ways about it. His 2013 through 2018 with the Steelers, sublime, spectacular, whatever words you want to use about what he put out there on the field. And that's how we kick off hour number 2 of NFL Game Day Morning, presented by Lowe's. We put the home in home team as we take you up to kickoff of the early games that include Baltimore, Indianapolis, and Seattle, and Buffalo, and Carolina returning Christian McCaffrey to action against the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. And we start hour number 2 with the question about Antonio Brown. Michael, I'll go to you first. This is the question I got on my show all week, so I'll throw it to you as well. How do you think it's going to all work out?
And I go back to it, guys. You know, ultimately, there are a couple things that I think really helps this situation. First of all, when you hear that Antonio Brown is staying with Tom Brady, because what we're talking about when we talk about how will it all work out, or will Antonio Brown help or hurt, we're talking on the other side, will those other issues arise again and cause a problem in the locker room and divisiveness or something in the locker room, and they're going pretty good. And we all know what his physical skill set is and how good he'll be on a football team. When he gets to that football team, especially playing with Tom Brady, what he can do. It's just a matter of, can he maintain? Let's just talk about this seriously. And I want to talk about what I think is great support in helping him maintain, that he's living with Tom Brady. That report, I mean, don't underestimate that report for Antonio Brown to say, hey, you know, he's my best friend. And I'm just going to share this. I remember when I had some of my issues and I was in court, and I told Troy not to come. I said, Troy, don't come. Don't come. I don't want to put you in this mess. You know, I made a bad decision. It's on me. Don't come. And he showed up anyway. He showed up against my will, against me telling him not to come. For that, I was forever, even though I told him not to come, indebted to him. I would never, ever, in no way, anyway, do anything against Troy because of that moment. Because he was there in my lowest moment. And I believe we will see this here with Antonio Brown. Because Tom Brady was there in his lowest moment. He will stay committed and do the right thing. And that he's staying with Tom Brady, that's great, because even if he's by himself and he has a question of should he do something or should he not do anything, he can go and talk with Tom to help him make the right decisions at that time. I think it's absolutely going to help the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I think the relationship Him saying, that's my best friend, in such a short moment tells us a lot about where Antonio Brown is with Tom Brady and why this will work out.
And I don't know if you can say it much better than that, because we're all sitting here saying the same thing. Is on the field, there is no question he has a huge impact. The way he works, his work ethic, you hear about it from everybody that's around him. He will make that team better. The question becomes the off-the-field stuff. Where does he go with that? And you mentioned Tom Brady. I think that's an excellent point. You look at an organization that said, we're going to take a chance on you. When a lot of teams aren't going to take a chance on you, we're going to put ourselves out there and take a chance on you. And so it's going to fall back to Antonio Brown saying, I am indebted to Tom Brady. I am indebted to this Bucs organization, and I am going to walk the line, be the best version of Antonio Brown. And, Coach, if he is, there's no question he is going to be a huge impact for this football team and what they can do offensively.
Yep. And it's not just the quarterback, Tom Brady, all right? And, yes, they're living together and all that kind of thing. But this coaching staff, this organization had to make a decision. Do we do this? It wasn't Tom's decision, all right? I'm sure he chimed in on it, right? But Bruce Arians and Byron Leftwich and a lot of these coaches had him in Pittsburgh. So there is a collection of personalities over there that are saying, yes, we want AB on our team. We trust that he's going to do the right things on and off the field, and we're going to make this work. So there's a lot of people in that building right now that are trying to prove themselves right. And AB's got a responsibility now to be great on the field. He was the best receiver for 6 years in a row there. And now he's got to avoid those indiscretions that he's had. And I got a feeling this is going to work. And that's, you know what? When they line up with all their guys healthy, Chris Godwin's coming back, this Tampa Bay Bucs team is unbelievably talented. And AB might be the missing piece.
Well, I got a quick follow-up for you, Michael, based on what you just said. Because the question is how will Antonio Brown handle the past being brought up? Because the past for a lot of fans is difficult to forget. The video of watching his son on the street.
Yes.
The videos, the stories about why he left New England. Everyone can Google all that if you wish. But what was it like for you when the past kept getting brought up for you and you're like, I'm turning the page? Because you also mentioned, too, he can reach out to Tom. What if he reaches for Instagram Live instead? Well, and that's what I was talking about, Rich, when I said, you know, before you make those decisions, at least you have someone there. Left alone, you only consult yourself. You only consult yourself. But now he has Tom there to consult before he makes those decisions. Now, you know, as far as moving forward, Rich, it's something else I heard him say. You know, when I listened to him, he says, you know, I'm dealing with the anger. And I talked to you guys about this. I'm dealing with the anger inside and making sure I focus positive energy towards what I want to do. I talk about sometimes when you fight to come out of a place like where he had to fight to make it out of, you come out with anger. You know what I mean? Because you had to fight your way out. And the problem becomes, it's great to have that ability to fight, but you have to have a discernible ability to know who and when to fight. And sometimes you don't have that ability because you just know fight. And I think that's what he got himself into. So he just fights back without understanding, okay, I can't do this, I can't do that. Having Tom there will help him make those decisions. Should I fight this? Should I let this go? Don't tweet about that. Let it go. Just focus on what you're doing. I hope he's prepared, honestly, or get to the place where he's willing to talk about some of the things that he's gone through. Because that's the next stage that you start handling what you're talking about well when you get to the point where you say, okay, I realize where I was, I realize where I am now, where I'm trying to go, and now I'm willing to try to help others as I continue to strengthen and move forward in my own life. That's what I'm hoping for, you know what I mean? That's what I'm hoping it works out.
We'll see what happens tonight, because not only gets a second chance, figuratively, he gets a literal second chance with Tom Brady, with the GOAT, and the rest of this team that is all set up for a Sunday night football game for us to take in against the Saints. Sarah Walsh, take it away.
It was a short work week for the Bucs, so a limited look at their new teammate Antonio Brown, but everyone knows what he can do. The last time he faced the Saints, 2 touchdowns, 185 yards. Sean Payton said the most difficult thing is trying to account for how the Bucs are going to use him tonight in their scheme. So linebacker Demario Davis told us, you have to go with what you know, and what they know is he's a phenomenal talent, and if he is out on that football field, they are going to find a way to get him the ball. Now, Antonio Brown told